Guys, you have tried creating those Visual Force pages? Anyone who has not tried, who has attended from yesterday class? Chandrasekhar, Monish, Nashat, Pari.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I did agree some. I created some visual for this.
Okay, very good, Monish.
Yeah.
You created. What about Pari? You?
Yes, Nikhil, I did.
Okay. What about you, Nashat?
Uh, I had created best. I was halfway. I didn't complete it actually. I completed today.
Okay, okay. Please complete it today. Okay. Sudesh,
Yes, hi, good morning. Yes.
you have done very good. Okay. Okay. So let's start from the second day today. Okay. So guys, please make sure whatever exercise I am giving you, you are completing on the same day. Okay. So that it will be easy for you when you are going to revise. You can open just that particular, you can refer this recording. Okay. You can open that particular uh, code for that day and you can see okay what I have done that day. Also see I will do the exercises for one object in the class. One object means let's say we have around 4 or 5 object for which at least we should do our exercises like account object, contact object, and opportunity object, lead object, order object, case object. So these 6 objects are there for whom we should do the testing. I am doing for 1 or 2 in the class, but you should do for all remaining. Okay, you should do for all remaining object at home. So just try, just make sure you take out some time whenever you are getting, you are doing all the exercises daily basis. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's move forward. So yeah, yesterday I told you about this page, right? Visual Force page, how to create the view. Now we will come on the Apex part, which is a application logic, or you can also say business logic. Okay. So if interviewer asks you what is MVC architecture, what you will tell? M means model, means my database. V means view, is my Visual Force pages or any pages, standard or custom pages which I am creating. C means controller. Controller is nothing but the application logic or business logic which we are creating in the middle so that my database can interact with my view and view can interact with my database. Okay, or model. Clear to everyone? So what is the where we are writing Apex? In the middle. On this level, application logic or business logic or middleware, we are writing our Apex coding. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So when we are using Apex, when we need to write some Apex programming. See, you can use Apex programming language to add custom logic in your application. So as I told you, like business logic or custom logic, okay, whenever we need to write something like that, we are writing our Apex code. So like if we are writing any web or email services, or we are writing any transactional logic. Transactional logic means whenever we are inserting something, we are deleting something from the database, we can write our Apex code to insert any record, update any record, delete any record. Also complex validations. If I want to do any complex validation, that time I write my application logic or custom logic. Complex business processes. So what is a business process? See, business process is something which is defined by any company. Okay, business process means, see, if I have you have worked on the workflows, right? After this, I will do this. First, I will initiate with this, then do this, then do this steps, few steps. So if we have defined some steps already by the business, by the any company, by any project architect group, then this is called our business process. Okay, so whenever we have any complex process where we have lot of if else condition and lot of loops and all we are having in that particular business process, that time we write our complex business process in Apex. Okay, logic of operations like saving a record. Whenever we need to commit a record into database, that time we use our Apex code. So clear when we are required to write Apex code in Salesforce. Yeah. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's move forward. Okay. So how my Apex code look like? Okay, because to start with any Apex programming, you should be knowing what you are going to achieve in the last of this training. Okay, what you are going to achieve. So Apex is a object-oriented programming language. Now the question come to your mind, what is a object-oriented programming? So object-oriented programming is it is also called OOPS, OPPS, object-oriented programming language. Okay, so the OOPS concept they need to follow. And what are all OOPS concept? So that is your homework also today. Go to Google and check for the OOPS concept today. What are our OOPS concept? So we have 4 OOPS concept: abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. Okay, so we have 4 main concept in OOPS programming. One is abstraction. So abstraction is nothing but whenever you are abstracting the data from the outer world. Okay, it means you are hiding the data from outside. Outside, when I say, it means from the class where you are writing a abstract class. Outside that class, it should not be visible. They should only see the name of that method. That's it. So for example, phone call. Okay, we don't know whenever we do a kind of phone call to someone else. Only for the external world, a phone call is visible, but what the people are talking, internal processing is happening. Nothing is visible to anyone. How this phone call is going from one place to another place, no one knows it, right? So in abstraction, everything is hidden. Okay. Second thing is encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but whenever you are wrapping lot of things, okay, into a single unit. Like take example like the real-time example as a medicine capsule. Okay, in a medicine capsule, you have wrapped up many different medicine into it. You you make a mixture of it and you put inside it. But from the outside world, you don't know what is inside it. So similarly, in this object-oriented programming also, in the encapsulation, you don't know what all things, what all parameters, what all methods are inside this encapsulated class. Okay. The next is inheritance. So inheritance is nothing but, see, like you have father, you have mother, right? You are their inheritance, right? Your children will be your inheritance. So it is kind of parent-child relationship. Okay. And like to reuse the code. Okay. Your children can, for the lifetime example, your children are very much can take your money or use your money, right? So in same way, inheritance is something like whenever you have created a class and the child class can reuse the code which is already written. Okay, so that is something called inheritance. Your successor can use your properties, your behavior. Okay, they can acquire all the properties and all the behavior of a parent class. So that will call inheritance. Polymorphism. Polymorphism is something like if it is something like, see, you are taking the polymorphism is something like one name and multiple tasks. Okay, in the short form, if I say one name and multiple tasks, so like if I just take the example of shape. Okay, let's say shape is a class for rectangle, for triangle, for pentagonal, for all these type of shapes, the the behavior, or you say the architecture, will be different. We are making a triangle shape differently than a rectangle shape, right? So basically, name is same, shape is shape, name is same, but triangle, rectangle, pentagonal, hexagonal, all different shapes are behaving or showing representation are different. So one name, but multiple tasks. Got it? So these are four parameters or concept in all object-oriented programming, which has been followed by this Apex programming. Okay, it enables developers to add business logic. Yes, allows execution of flow and control the statements. So how we are going to controlling the statements and execute the flow. So this is something we are going to see here now. Okay, so this is just an example. Maybe nothing will clear to you today, but end of the training you will be write everything by your own. Okay, so I will just gonna tell you what all we are going to study. Okay, not only this, we are going to study too many things, but this is just a class or a sample of it. Okay, so this is a class, public class name. Okay, whenever this is a access modifier, so this represents who all can access this class. Okay, it is publicly accessible, privately accessible, or globally accessible. So it can be public, private, or global here. Class name. So whenever I am writing class here, next keyword of this class will be my class name. Okay, so if you see this class name, my first Apex class, this name and the class name, my first Apex class, will be always same. Okay, now a list. Okay, I'll explain you what is a list. For now, you can understand, like, see, whenever you go to the market, and your mother or your wife is giving you a list of items to buy. Okay, this is the item you need to buy. So in that list, you have a curd, milk, everything you are listed in that list. Okay, and that list of type your grocery item. Okay, so similarly, this list of item or of type account, the account object, which is my standard object in Salesforce. Okay, so in the same way, I am creating a list of account, and where I am hitting one query, select ID, name, description from account object of the database, where name like something like test we are writing. So we are taking one query, we are fetching the data from database, and we are putting into our list. So this list of account is having all the accounts currently, and this is my variable name. In the variable name, this is kind of a memory. Okay, the variable is a memory where all the accounts are getting in the form of list of account, and this is actual. In the going forward line, I will use this account, this variable. Okay, another account I am, see, this is something we are hitting one SQL query on the database and we are fetching the data into a list type of variable. Second is just variable declaration. Here, list of account equal to new updated account list equal to new. So whenever we write new keyword, it is allocating one memory of this type in our heap. Okay, in our heap, it is storing the memory of list of account type. Okay. So once it is done, now you have declare one variable. Just declare, have not done anything in here. Now I am putting that into a loop. Okay, loop. What is a loop? That also we will study in detail in future. Okay, if till now you just understood. Whenever in the real time example, whenever you want to listen one song, whenever you are going in your car and you are putting one song in the loop or repeated mode. You're putting one you are putting one song on the repeated mode in your music system and you are listening in one after one. Okay, so similarly this loop concept also come from there itself. This for loop, there are multiple type of loop we are having, like while loop, for loop, do while loop. That also we will study after these classes. Okay, so for just to tell you, we are iterating this list, whatever all accounts, we are taking one by one all the account and we are updating their description. Okay, we are updating the description. After updating that object description, we are adding that particular object to my updated list and I am updating that particular list to the database. Okay, so this is my for loop looping statement and this is my control flow statement. Control flow is if else. If I'm writing if else, that is called my control flow statement. Okay, so anyways, you will learn about all these things. Just have a sample class in your mind. So this is all we gonna study now. Okay, so I'll not go in much deep here because I know you will not able to understand anything as of now. But to show you the sample, what we are going to achieve. So you should be something clear in your mind what I'm going to achieve. Then only you will achieve it, right? There is a saying, right? See the dreams, then only you will able to fulfill it. So this is now I am show you one dream. This is something you need to prepare by yourself. Okay. This is easy. I'll help you in that, how to do it. Don't worry. Okay, I'm going to the next. So like we are starting from today, like Apex programming. What is a class? Okay. When I called here, I am creating one class. So something came in your mind, what is a class? Because you have not done any programming yet. So what is a class? Class is a user defined data type. Okay, complex type it can be, and act as a blueprint of their instance. Okay, now what is instance, what is blueprint, what is class, what is data type? These four things are coming into your mind. So just think like that. You have a circle. Okay, in the circle you have created few things, and that is same for all your objects. Okay, now I'll clarify everything. See, okay, let's take an example. Let's say if you are going to create one house, okay, so what you do before start creating or constructing a house, you first start preparing its blueprint. Blueprint means their design. Okay, forget about the house construction. It will be little tough. Let's say for the marriage card. Okay, take an example of a marriage card. I don't know whether you got married, someone in your home got married, you or any of your sister, brother, you must have prepared some marriage card for them, right? To distribute, whether it's online or offline, you have prepared some marriage card for them, right? What happens? First, we put everything in place, like who is like mother, father, what is the bride name, what is the groom name. We put everything, what is the day, what is the venue. We kept everything on a paper first, and then we give it to the to the press guy. Okay, can you please, we need this many cards, 200, 500 cards we need. You need to make a blueprint for it, and then you need to give us the card after printing, right? So now creating a blueprint, it's a job for them. They will first create a blueprint for it in their machine, right? Either they are using computer or they are using their old machines. They will create a blueprint first. They will print a sample card, also will show you, okay, this is my sample card, can you check it is okay or not? You will say, yeah, it is fine, or you will say it's not fine. It's not fine, what is the correction? You will give them the correction, they will do the correction, and then they will final print all the cards, right? Now in this entire process, you see, first they have created the blueprint. So that blueprint is nothing but my class, okay, where I have kept all the constructor, all the variables and the functions. Okay, constructor, variable, function I have kept. Similarly, in the card, I have printed all my bridegroom name, date, venue, everything I have printed. Okay, from there the bus start, that also I have printed. Are you able to connect what is my class? Okay, so that blueprint is my class. Now, for their instances, so what is instance or what is an object? Okay, object is nothing but when I am from that blueprint, when I am printing those 200 cards, so 200 objects I am preparing, which has all similar attributes, which can use all the similar attribute which I have created in the blueprint of that card, right? They can access this constructor, they can access all the variables, they can access all the functions which is written in the class. So instance of any class can use the constructor, the variable, and the function of that particular class. Now, is it clear to you what is a class? So class is something kind of blueprint or data type. Why we are calling it in the form of Apex coding language or any coding language, we are calling it as a data types, complex type data type. I'll tell you what is a data type also in subsequent classes, but till now you just understood class. We are preparing something so that we can use it by their instances in future. Okay? Clear? Now how we yeah, someone is asking something. So is that clear to everyone? Yes, no, please?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, very good. Okay, now the class can be of type private, public, and global. And this I told you before also. So what is private class? Private class is which is accessible through within that particular class. Okay. Public class is if I can use this class outside my class as well. Okay, so I can, due to this, see, I told you about the concept of OOPS, right? Abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and encapsulation. So in all these in all this concept, I need to talk in between different classes. Okay, so these different classes will talk to each other. So at that time, this public classes will be used. If I make some class as a public, this will be accessible outside that particular class also. All the variables, all the method, I'm writing all the variables, all the method I'm writing inside this class will be accessible outside from the another class also. So let's say I have another class also. These all, if I'm making this class as a public class, public means open to all, right? So for example, we were taking an example of a like songs, right? So there is a for the songs, how we are able to listen all the songs on Ghana.com, because Ghana.com make a public class and has stored all this variable, all these songs inside it. Whenever any person want to listen the music, they are just going to their class, they are going to that particular folder, they are opening, they're playing that particular song which they wanted to listen, and they are able to listen, they are able to download. So they have make it as a public folder or shareable folder, so that everyone can listen their songs. They can download, they can listen. Okay. So if the concept is clear, why this public is used, so that it is accessible outside that particular class. What is global? Global is something more wider than public. Whenever globally someone want to talk to you regarding your like say web service calls. So I just told you yesterday, we have something called web service calls also, which is any external application altogether is trying to take your data through web services. Okay. That time you use this global. I'll explain you whenever the time will come, I'll explain you in detail. Okay, whenever we will work on the REST APIs, then we will work on this global class. Okay. Now, virtual abstract with sharing without sharing. Okay, so this class is a virtual class or abstract class, or with sharing or without sharing. So that also we will understand on timely basis whenever the time will come. Abstract is nothing but the abstraction I have explained. Okay, in this class we just give the methods names or variable names. We will not giving any body inside any method. Okay, with sharing it means it is accessible with the current user sharing rules, and without sharing means nothing but the system mode. So I'll explain you all these things later. Class name. So this I told you, class, anything written next to the class variable, sorry, class keyword, it is called class name. Implement some interface, extend class. So this is also two things which you need to understand. We have a class and we have an interface. Both are same, only thing difference is there is little difference between these two, class and interface. Both have their inside the interface also you are going to define some state variable, behavior, function. Also in the class also it is also defined in the same. There is little bit interface, the difference between them, that too also I will explain. Only thing for now you need to understand is, whenever we are taking any interface, we are using the keyword implements. Okay, whenever I wanted to use any previous interface which is already been created by Salesforce Apex, I will use the keyword implements. And whenever I'm trying to extend any class, I will use the keyword extends. Okay. So we always implement our interfaces and we always extend our classes. Clear? What is the difference between class and interface? That also we will understand in future. And inside we put the braces and we put the body of the classes. All the body means this constructor, variable, and the function. These all are called the body of the class. So that we will put here. Clear to everyone what is a class, how we are preparing, what is the real word meaning of it. Class is something which we create as a blueprint so that in the future we can create its object and use whatever we have described inside the class. All the method we can access, all the function we can access. Let's say if I'm writing some addition function, so I should be access by creating this methods object. I can multiple time I can do add with the same class, right? I should not be creating add class multiple times. So that's why we are creating one class one time, and we are using it multiple times through instance, through object. Object and instance are same. Clear? What is a class? Now come to what is an object. Whenever I say object, it is nothing but a instance of a class. It means we are printing something. So we are printing the card now. Okay, we have created the blueprint in the first slide. Now we are printing the card, actual card. Okay, and each card has same thing which is there was in the blueprint, like same text it was. So it means they can use the entire thing which is written there in the card blueprint. They can use it and they can make it. So let's say I have created one class name, and I am using two variables, num1 and num2, and I have written some method inside it. Public method I am writing add number. So I am writing a num1 plus num2 here. Return num1 plus num2. Then what will happen? Now, what will happen when I creating a instance of this class? What will happen exactly? So whenever I write something like this, class 1, my class m1, or you can write here object 1 equal to new my class. Okay, so whenever you are writing new keyword, it is basically allocating some memory. Okay, this is my memory. Whenever I'm writing a new keyword, it is allocating some memory for me in my heap or in my memory of my CPU. It is creating some memory. Inside that memory, I will be able to do the addition, this addition. Okay, so whenever I am writing something like equal to new class name, and in with this bracket, I am creating a new memory size for it. Okay, with the new memory size, I will be able to do all the operation which I have written inside this. Okay, so like in this memory, what I'm doing right now, let's say I have given two integer value 20 and 50. So I am adding those 20 and 50 and compiling and give the answer as a 70. In this memory, I'm doing this. Okay, so what will exactly happen in the CPU or in the computer? We are allocating one memory. Whenever we are creating any object, we are performing the operation, whatever I have written inside the class, adding two numbers. Okay, 20 plus 50 equal to 70. That has been done inside this memory. And once this memory is, then the operation is done. They have returned the 70. The garbage collector will collect this memory and the memory will be free. Clear to everyone how this object is getting created and how we are utilizing this object to do the operations. Operation can be add, subtract. Mathematical operation can be like this. You can insert any object in the Salesforce like add account, add opportunity. Clear? Yes? Or any doubt? Ask me.
Yes.
Okay. Now parameter to be parameter we are using in Apex programming. Okay, if you see here, reusable code snaps, snippet. Okay. Okay, reusable code snippet. So we are by this we are writing something which we can reuse, right? We are writing one add class, and we are using that for multiple objects. We can add 20 plus 50 also. We can use 30 plus 40 also. We can use 100 plus 200 also. We can we can create multiple instance of it, and we can use it multiple times, this class. So the reusability of our code is increasing. A specific purpose. So this class I have add just to add to object. Okay. So we are basically a specific purpose. We are creating a particular class. Known what comes through and what will go out. So we know what is my input and what is my output. So let's say for the add number, I am giving 2 number as an input. So whatever, while creating a method, if something is coming in the in the bracket, all the variables will consider as a input, and whatever I will write in the after addition of whatever write in the return, that will be my output. Okay. So before that, let's create one class. Okay, let's try to understand in practical how I writing a class. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to my developer console, and I'm trying to create a class. Okay, so name I'm giving for that class, addition class, public class addition. Inside that, I'm creating a public add method or addition method where I'm taking 2 integer as an input. Inside that, I am returning num1 plus num2. Where I need to return this as an integer. I need to write a return type also. Okay. It is giving me few errors. Let's try to correct those errors. So yeah, we need to give some braces also here. For the method closing. Okay, so problem is solved all. Now this is my class. Inside the class, I have given few input. This is my input parameter. This is my output parameter, and what I am giving in the response as a num1 plus num2. I can create this object also. So how to create object in the debug? When you go to open execute anonymous window, from here you can create a object of this class. What is my class name? How to create the class object?
Class name.
And here I called on the object, and this method I can call. Okay, object1 dot calling this method addition, and in bracket I am giving the values which I need to add. Let's say I'm adding 100, 200. Likewise, I can give the input parameters. So now if you execute it, it will call this object. It is how it is connecting. This object is of which object it is. In this new addition class, we have created a memory space of addition class type. Okay, and in that memory, I can call the function of it. And here I will add 100 plus 200. 100 plus 200, and then I will return this. Okay, so let me execute this function. Okay, whenever it does something like this, okay, I have not written any return statement here. Okay, let me write something also. That's system dot debug or we can do one more thing. We can, okay, that's fine, I think. Okay, so let me execute this class one more time. Debug, asynchronous window, and adding. This time if I add this, it will show me the response addition equal to 100 plus 200. Okay. Okay, I have not done that addition function. So, okay, so I need to, so this is called concatenation. Okay, where they have written num1 plus num2 all together. So what I can do here is I can take one more variable as a num3. Okay, and equal to that, I can put this variable into it, this value here, and I can just print the num3 here. Okay, that will solve my problem, whatever problem, and also I can return this num3 here as well. Okay, so if I run this now, so from the plus you can do two things. So you can concatenate also if you are putting things together, and you can do the addition also. Okay, so this is also the use of this addition method. Any doubt here in this method? And all the creating a object of this class?
Yeah, Nikhil, here anything like main method is there, or it is just we need to use this debug only?
Main method means?
Usually it will program execution. I mean, when
Okay,
it
like
will
in Java, yeah, we create a system dot, we create there a main class,
yes.
main method, main class, but nothing as such here. Okay.
Okay. No, usually the execution will start there from main method. So here, is there anything like execution starts from this method, or?
No, whatever you are going to write from the object, that is your start point. So I have created a object of this class, object1, and I am
Okay.
calling this addition method inside it. So that is my, that is the only thing it will be called here. There is nothing such like main method here.
Okay, so execution starts from the first line which we tell.
Yes. Whatever, see, I can write one more method here like subtraction. Okay, I can write one more method in this class. Okay, if I call the subtraction method only here, then that particular subtraction method will be called. Nothing will be called here in this addition.
Okay.
Okay, so in the class, I am writing multiple methods, but whatever I will be calling, that only will be called from here. So nothing like main class here and all that concept is not here.
Okay,
Like
so whatever in this console, in this enter Apex code console we are writing, that will be executed.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Any more doubt, anyone? You have programming background, right?
No, I am just not programming background, but no, I know actually I studied it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so now everyone understood what is a class and what is an object, how to create, how to call the function. See, this is the variable which I have taken in the class. Okay, integer num3. And this is the function which I have created inside a class. This is the blueprint I have created. I can create any number of objects, many objects I can create. Object 1, object 2, object 3, object 3, all will have the feature, all will have the power to call the same function of the particular class. Okay, so this is my blueprint and this is the printing of the blueprint of a card, and here I am printing all the cards for maybe unlimited times. Okay, clear to everyone? You're able to connect with the real-time example? Yes?
Yes, Nikhil.
Okay, all right. Okay, so parameter we checked. Now let's study the data type and the variables. Okay, so I told you this class which we have written, I told you in the beginning, it is also a data type of complex type. Complex type means we can create a number of methods inside a class. So that's why it will become complex. But here the data types are simple type. Simple means single type. It doesn't have multiple function and all inside it. So we have three types of data type: primitive data types, S object data types, and collection types. So what is primitive? Okay, so all the standalone data types, which is like blob or boolean or date type, date time, decimal, double, ID, integer, long, object, string, time. These all are called my primitive data type. Okay, so it's like boolean. For example, for boolean, we are saying boolean is sunny equal to true. So is sunny, we are talking about the weather. So boolean parameter only store true or false. Two things only it takes in the input, whether it's a true or whether it's a false. Double is something whenever we have something like that, like pi value, which we don't know what is the exact value of it, right? Pi value is 22/7, which comes like 3.171417 blah blah blah, something like that. In that time we use the double variable. Whenever we are taking some decimal value and we don't know how long it can go. Okay, id equal to, it is just specific to the Salesforce, this id parameter data type, which stores the id of any object. So you must be knowing this 18-digit id already, right? Salesforce id, you know, right? Whether during your time of admin classes, you must have studied about this ID, from where you see this ID, where it is getting stored in database, right? So that is particular ID comes specific for Salesforce only. We have created this data type for you. Okay, so that you can use this ID keyword. Integer I equal to 1. So whenever we are talking about the full integer value, no decimal, nothing, then we use this integer data type. String, whenever we need to write any text, any string we called as a text. So whenever we are writing your name or father's name, for all those text field, we keep this string as a primitive data type. Blob Blob is nothing but whenever you are taking a attachment or a very big strings, big strings, then you store into blob. Date is something whenever you are trying to take a instance of a date. So today's date or yesterday date or any previous date, whenever you're trying to store something like that, you are using a date variable or date data type. Object is for your standard object of Salesforce or for the custom object also. So whenever you are trying to store something which can be of type of account or contact or any custom object, you are taking this object variable, object data type. Clear to everyone? What is the purpose of this data type? So whenever we are defining any variable, so like for example, we define our variable of integer type, integer num3, number 3, right? Then we took this integer because we are defining that number should be of integer type, should be on 100, 100 or 200. Say, let's say if I'm doing a decimal value here, 0.5, 0.9, and if I'm trying to execute my program, it will give me error. It will not give me, it will not execute properly. It is showing the signature is different, should be decimal because I am using value of the decimal type. This is my decimal type value, right? I'm putting something after decimal, so it is of my decimal type. So what is the purpose to understand this variables is we have to take the variables of same type, then only it will work. Otherwise, if I'm taking decimal here and I'm defining as an input as an integer, it will not work. Clear? So you need to always check what data type you are using, what kind of value from your database is coming, and what you are taking a variable here. All right, clear to everyone what is my primitive data types?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then I'll go next to some hands-on exercise. So let me take this code.
Nikki, can you just go to the previous page?
Hmm.
No, next to that.
Hmm.
No, that Apex window is there, right? Apex coding is that.
Apex, this one.
No, that no, not this one. That coding console is there, right? Apex code console.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, here integer is there, right? If you place if we replace this decimal, then it will work, right? This
Yeah,
exit.
obviously, yes. If I
So
take this,
wherever integer is there, just we need to replace with decimal.
yeah, I'll do it for you. Okay. So decimal. Okay, so I need to take this decimal plus decimal will be, we need to take in the decimal. So the return type also will be decimal. So if I do this, I save this class. It has been saved, yes. And then I execute this, then it will work. Okay, then it will work and give the answer also. Something like 31.4 is coming in the answer.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll give you this code also to be practiced at home. So okay, so this is my class and this is my object and calling, how to call it. So make sure you are doing all these things daily basis. Okay. Okay, so let's do this as well. And then we will stop the today's class. So let's say I'm creating a new class. What class? My first Apex class. Okay. So it must be already there. Let me check. Open my first Apex class. Yeah. It's been already there. So I'll just explain this class. Okay. No, it's different. Just want to tell you about that. Okay, so we'll take some more thing here. Okay, so let's try to understand. So we will correct the class also. Okay, so I have created a class. Inside that, what we are doing is we have created one variable of type Boolean. Okay, Boolean type of variable I have created. Shipment dispatched. So it should be either false or true. Okay, so I have created a method print. Inside that, I am putting all the variables. Okay, like true or false. See, so I have taken a variable which is of type Boolean. Boolean means true. Either it will be true or false.
False.
So here I have taken the parameter value as a true. So whatever parameter, whatever variable I have declared as a Boolean here, I make this value as a true here, and I am printing its value. Okay, clear? Now the second is date. Date type I have taken. On the date I have dispatched this ship. I did the shipment of this particular any ship. Okay, so that day. So this will come in the date format. So I have taken the value as a today's date. So there is a function in Apex where I can take the date dot today's date. It will give you today's date, and that I have printing in the shipment. Okay. The next one is the company name. So for which company I am doing this shipment. So that is a string type of variable. So that's why I have taken string here, text type of thing. Okay. And the last is integer m. So integer m is nothing but I'm just generally I'm putting some value like amount. I can mention amount here, or how much amount this shipment amount is going, or I can do like shipment amount. Okay, so shipment amount I have given, okay, this is 100 rupees, some shipment amount is there. So the same I am printing here. Okay, so this is will come for my as my integer class. All right, any doubt here? So this is how I am giving all the variables, and this is how I can print it. Whenever I create an object of this class and I do printing of it, it will give me this all the values. Okay, so let's
Nikhil, can you give one example for this blob?
blob. Yeah, I will do. Don't worry, I will do for everything. I'm just checking why it's giving some error. Shipment date unexpected. Expected token. Okay, we have not started this bracket here. That's why. We have put this bracket here. Okay, if I save this. Yeah, so everyone understood what we are trying to achieve here. So let me call this function also together. Open execution
But
window.
the date, string, and integer are the members, and the down part is the function, no?
Right, this is my function. So how I can do it? Let's say I'm making an object of this class, this obj1 equals to new, and this class bracket semicolon, and the object dot now I can call this print function. This print. If I call this method or function, so method or function are same. If I call this, and then it will execute something for me. Let's see what it is printing. So it is printing shipment date true, shipment dispatched true, shipment date was that, today's date which is taking, and then company name is XYG, whatever company we have taken, and the shipment amount is 100 rupees. Is it clear to everyone how we have written? Any doubt in this? Let me know.
Yes, Nikhil. Before to the method print, we are using some void or something.
Yeah, void means if you don't have any return type. Okay, if you don't have any return type in your method, we are not returning anything, right? In the previous method, we have returned this number. Okay. Right now we are not returning any return statement is not there. We are just printing few things.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So shall we continue tomorrow? 9:20. It is already 9:20. I might leave to work. So we'll continue tomorrow from here. Okay.
Yeah, Nikhil sir. It's better if you type and practice it, no? Because actually, yesterday I was trying to just copy and change the few things, your name, this thing. It's better to type and practice these things.
Yeah, obviously. You should try always by the typing only. Okay.
So you're sharing this, no?
I'm sharing this. I'm sharing, but your task is to type everything. See, I cannot type everything in the class because I may need to tell you more things. If I start typing, then I'll forget what all things I need to cover. So that's why I prepared in this way. Okay. But for you guys, you need to type everything.
Nikhil sir, can you please ping in this chat window, right?
Which chat
In this
window?
meeting. In this meeting.
Okay, so you are not in this WhatsApp group?
I'm there, but I'm not installed in the laptop. So.
Okay, but this is web-based. No need to install. Just open your web whatsapp.com and you will able to get everything in the laptop. Okay, can you do that or not? I don't have any problem to ping here also.
Yeah, can you just ping me in this chat?
Yeah, sure. So this window will be immediately finished after we close the session. So that's why to keep it for long, I do keep it in the WhatsApp so that anytime you can open this and do your study in the phone itself. Okay, I don't have any problem to print at any place. Okay.
Okay.
But whenever this you need to take the code immediately, otherwise whenever we will close this class, it will be all gone. Okay. All right. So tomorrow we'll continue at 8:15 again. Let's close the class.
And the yesterday's recording, you are not shared actually.
So I think Lakshmi has already shared this recording on this link. The recording, all the recording will be there.
Okay,
So
fine.
Lakshmi has shared this drive. Whenever you click on this drive, so Nikhil developer name, November 1, November 2, all recordings are there. So today's recording, November 3 recording will also come. And we
Okay.
have taken one more class before that, right? So
Yes, yes.
today is 4 classes done for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Let me stop the recording.